Hey people, this is my third attempt, so hopefully it works this time. I keep running out of disk space. What the H? This video is for the men. It's about essential oils, and it's for the men because I think that men are thinking that essential oils are for women, and that's just not true. They're for everybody. They're for men, women, children, and you know what? They're also for dogs, cats, horses, pets, hamsters, you name it. These things work on everybody. Mother Nature is non-discriminatory, non-discrimination. She doesn't discriminate when she provides these fantastic oils that are good for helping all living creatures, including the plants themselves. Anyway, all right, getting back to the subject at hand. I know on my Facebook page you will see many posts about essential oils, and you will see many stories and testimonies about how women have been using these things to better the lives of their families. What you don't see, for some reason, is a lot of men commenting on these posts. And so I just wanted to go over a few things that you might want to use these oils for if you have that Y chromosome. Okay, now why should you listen to me? What do I know about men? Well, I'm practically a man. Well, no, not practically a man, but I know a lot about men. I am a geologist. I'm even registered in the state of California as a geologist. That's a male-dominated field, so I know a lot about men. And I've also worked in a second male-dominated field, and that is trading stocks and options. And these things, you know, have left me surrounded by men for much of my life. Oh, I have two brothers, and so I know something about them. And a dad. I had a dad. Rest in peace, Daddy. I love you. I miss you. I'll see you when I get there. So yes. Oh, and I have a very flat chest, so that makes me practically a man. All I'm missing really is a penis. Okay, so listen, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, listen to me. All right, so let's just get to it. I have listed here 11 things that oils, essential oils, can be used for by men. Now, some of these apply to women also. So women, if you're listening, feel free to continue listening. Maybe you'll learn something. I don't know. Maybe you'll learn something that you can use on your husband. Okay, now I know that as humans, we all tend to be a little bit vain. We all want to look our best. We all want to feel our best, but we really want to look our best. So I'm just going to start first by addressing your vanity. I know you have it. We all do. Okay. Number one, hair. Are you losing your hair? You know, I got to tell you, we women, we love you. We think you're the sexiest man alive. And we don't care if every hair on your head falls out. We still love you, and we still think you're the sexiest man alive. I want you to think about, oh, Bruce Willis, for instance. He's hot, and he has no hair. So, number one, don't worry about the hair. Number two, if you are worried about the hair, there are oils that can help you with the hair, okay? Two of them are lavender and frankincense. Those are oils, individual oils that come from the different plants, the lavender plant and the boswellia plant. And then I've also listed up here some of the oil blends that Young Living provides. And the one that you can use for hair growth is called Mister. Now let me just back up a little bit. I have listed here in black are the issues that you can address. In blue are the single individual oils, and then in red I've listed the oil blends that Young Living sells that can be used for these issues. So that's what all the different colors are about. Okay, so I think that covers the hair. I'm not going to go over how all of these things are applied. That's a separate video. I just want to give you an idea of how many things these oils can be used for. Okay, weight loss. I have a cousin-in-law who's lost something like 20 pounds using what we call the weight loss trio. And he didn't change anything else. All he did was use some drops of these essential oils twice a day, and the weight just came off. You guys, you know, you're lucky because You have more lean muscle mass than women do. We're fattier. So it's easier for you to lose weight. But it'd be really easy if you do this. You use lemon, peppermint, and grapefruit. You put a few drops in a little gel capsule and you take them internally, okay? Do that and apparently the weight just melts right away. It's great. You should try it if you're overweight. Now, as far as ingestion goes, I have to point out here that you have to make sure that you're getting oils that are GCAS. That stands for generally considered as safe for ingestion. Now, a lot of the oils that you're going to find on the market are not GCAS. They're not therapeutic grade. They've been amended with all sorts of fillers, chemicals, synthetics, things like that. So if you're gonna do ingestion, make sure you get the good stuff. Young Living is the good stuff, okay? It's pure, they don't add anything to it. They test every batch to make sure all of the necessary chemicals are in there, all the molecules need to be at the right balance and everything. Okay, that's a different subject too. That's a different video. Moving on. Snoring. Snoring. I know a lot of you snore, and a lot of you probably think you don't snore, even though your wife tells you that you do snore. And some of you also have sleep apnea, which means you actually stop breathing when you're sleeping. And that's not good for your health. It's not good for your quality of sleep, and sleep is critical. Trust me, sleep is critical. So if you do snore, there are a few oils that you can use. Idaho balsam fir and galbanum are the individual oils that can be used for snoring. Two of the blends that can be used for snoring are Rutavala and Stress Away. Now, if you have apnea, which is where you stop breathing, then you can try spruce or Idaho balsam fir. Those are the single oils. Or you can try either Clarity or Valor, and those are two of Young Living's blends. Now, you might not think that snoring is a big deal, but think about this, okay? Your snoring is keeping your wife awake. Your wife, when she doesn't get enough sleep, is probably pretty cranky. I know that when I don't get enough sleep, I'm pretty cranky. So do it for your wife, because if she's less cranky, she's going to be less bitchy at you, and even though you're not keeping yourself awake with your snoring, you will benefit by not snoring because she'll be nicer and she'll love you for it, really. I mean, she loves you anyway, but she'll be less cranky if she gets more sleep, and she'll get more sleep if you stop snoring so much, okay? Now, prostate. You all have a prostate. You do, and they start to go bad after a while. I think I read a study once that said if you live long enough, you will get prostate cancer. So some things that you can use for prostate support are myrrh, which is the biblical oil. That's one of the oils that the 3 wise men brought to baby Jesus, and if it's good enough for Jesus, it's probably good enough for you. Idaho balsam fir is another of the individual oils, and then you can use the blends called Mister and Endoflex. Those are others that can help with the prostate. Pain. We know you have pain. I have pain. Everybody has pain eventually. But, you know, you go out, you play basketball with the guys, you're not as young as you used to be, maybe your knees are bad or you have some muscle soreness. There are some great oils for pain. Peppermint and vetiver are 2 of the individual oils that can be used for pain. And then Pan Away and Relieve It are the blends that can be used. Now, as I'm listing this off, let me go ahead and just say too that these are not the only oils that can be used for these issues. I've only picked the top couple single oils and the top couple blends that can be used for each of these things. But there are several different oils that can be used for each of these things. And so sometimes one will work for one person and not work for another person. So there can be some trial and error. Sometimes you have to figure out which oil will work the best with your body chemistry. So That's just for your information. If the ones that are here don't work quite so well for you, you can try some of the different oils too, and maybe those oils, or maybe a blend of the oils, will help address these issues. So that was pain. Allergies. The allergy trio is lemon, peppermint, and lavender. And I have seen, I don't know how many stories about how incredible this trio is. Again, this is one of the cases where you can actually take these internally. Cold and flu, one word, thieves. Now, what is thieves? When I first started using essential oils and hearing about young living, I kept hearing this thieves, thieves. What is this? Thieves? Thieves as in theft? As in people stealing things? Huh? Why would they call it thieves? So the story is that back in the day, there were some thieves who were going around robbing the sick and dying people of all of their goods. And somehow they were managing to get into these people's homes and steal their things without ever getting sick. So these thieves were caught, and the powers that be of the time wanted to know, how come you guys are not getting sick like everybody else when you're running around obviously exposing yourself to these germs from everybody? So for a little bit less harsh punishment, the thieves coughed up their recipe, and that's why this oil blend is called Thieves, because it's based on the recipe or the oils that these thieves were using to keep from getting the plague. So that's the only one I'm going to list there. I think it has clove and cinnamon and, well, let me look. Here's my little bottle. It has clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. That's Thieves. Thieves. And it smells pretty darn good too. So that one is good to either prevent or shorten the duration of a cold or a flu. If you feel yourself getting sick, you can put one drop on your tongue, or you can diffuse it into the air, or you can apply it to the bottoms of your feet or your skin, and that should help. So that's that. Digestive problems. This is for everything from your stomach down to, well, the end. And this includes indigestion, gas, bloating, IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. You can address these things by using a little bit of peppermint. I've used this many times. It works. I'm telling you. I'm telling you it works. You take a couple drops, maybe mix in a little bit of a carrier oil, which is just like a grapeseed or a coconut oil, to dilute the peppermint a little bit, and then just rub it on your belly. You'll feel better. Really, you will. The other oil, the blend that you can use is called Digize or Digize. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it's called Digize. Number 9. Whoa. Wounds, cuts, scrapes, burns, also bruises. There are several oils that you can use for these. Now, I know you guys, you're out working on the car, you know, and you're cranking on the wrench. It slips and you slam your knuckles into the concrete and you're bleeding and you curse. I've heard you curse. I mean, you really, it hurts, right? It hurts and then you're bleeding. Now, I know that you're tough guys and you don't want to feel like you have to go and put a Band-Aid on. That's just silly. But look, there are germs out there, okay? And I know you don't want to get a staph infection. So even though you're big, tough guys and you don't care if you have a scar and you don't care if you're bleeding, at least when you come in after you're done working on the car, take a little oil and just put it on there, okay? Frankincense, lavender, Purification is a blend. Panaway and Valor, those two are also blends. Just put some on there, okay? It'll take the pain away and should keep it from getting infected, okay? Because your wife or your girlfriend doesn't want to have to go to the hospital and have you dealing with a staph infection that's antibiotic resistant or whatever they're called, okay? So that's wounds, cuts, scrapes, burns. Oh, lavender is good for sunburn too, if you're out in the sun too much. Insomnia. Lavender and cedarwood are good for insomnia, and the blends that are good for insomnia are peace and calming and valor. Libido. I saved the best one for last, libido. Now, I know you don't have any trouble with your libido. I mean, if you did, you could use Idaho Blue Spruce for your libido and ylang ylang. But really, what you want is something for your wife's libido. Am I right? I'm right, huh? Yeah. Okay, so here's what you do for your wife's libido. You get some ylang ylang and you get some orange oil. Mix them up in a little coconut oil or maybe a little grapeseed oil and offer her a massage. You will both be pleased. Trust me. Okay. That's the list. There's a lot more. You think of an issue, there's an oil for that. I have a whole book right here. It's called Essential Oils, pocket reference, and it's pretty thick, and it is full of things that these oils can be used for. And it's not just this, you know, minor stuff. It's cancer, stroke, you know, all of these things, Alzheimer's disease. They can be used for mental, emotional issues, post-traumatic stress disorder. If you have a talk to give at the office and you're nervous, there are oils that you can use to relax yourself and give yourself clarity. You know, it's incredible. And I know you're probably thinking, well, how's it going to give me confidence? How can an oil do that? Well, I'll tell you what, there are parts of your brain that can only be reached through the sense of smell. Okay, that's true. I won't go into that super deeply because, again, that's another video for another time. But just be aware that if you have any sort of issue, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, there's an oil. Okay, there's an oil. There's even an oil if you have an issue with, I don't know, your poker game. You know, there are oils for that. Clarity. I'm sure there are more. Clarity. Anyway, good for concentration, things like that, decision making. It's in there. It's in there. Okay, so that's it for now, I think. If you have seen this video because someone shared it with you, a lemon dropper, if a lemon dropper shared it with you, contact that person for oil information. If you don't know an essential oil user, you may contact me, but I urge you to contact the person who shared the video with you, and they will help you find more information, and they can help you figure out the best way to get these oils. Again, get the good stuff. It's important. Get the good stuff. Okay. What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. If there is, I'll put it in the comments down on the page. My contact information, I'll put that down there too. You can reach me on Facebook. That's it. Now, go out and have some fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.